Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with the Team Star Challenge, and as you know, this is a single battle formatted competition where we use Pokemon only used by Team Star. Every team does have to have a Revaroom, and it has to be brought to every battle. Now, of course, this is battle number 35, and our opponent is going to lead off here with their Revaroom floating on an air balloon. And we have Krookodile here onto the field as well. And knowing me, I'm probably going to go in for the knockoff here. So knockoff should be able to hit that Revaroom and destroy that air balloon, causing us to be able to go for the earthquake. However, we don't know if this thing has any kind of a special terrestrialization, so we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. Now, in the past, a lot of the Revarooms have actually gone for like a Tera Flying, Tera Ghost, I've seen Tera Ground, Tera Water, and I've also seen Tera Electric. That last battle, whew, I'll tell you, Tera Electric was not one that I wanted to see. Obviously, they did not understand the assignment. So here we go, we're going to actually finally see what the terrestrialization is of this Revaroom, and it looks like it's going to be the pretty standard Tera Water. Now, of course, I don't have anything that's really going to be able to take a water-typing Pokemon out with Krookodile, but it looks like Knockoff actually did quite a decent amount of work. Now, they are going to go in for the Tera Blast, which is a pure water-based move at an 80 base power, if I'm not mistaken, and it actually takes me to about 2 HP. Now, 2 HP is actually quite a lot of damage taken here, and I'm pretty much going to have to get a decent hit off onto this thing to be able to knock it out. Now, we could try to go for the knockoff again, but unfortunately it no longer has an item, so that means that I'm pretty much left with Earthquake, which is, of course, resisted. And if I go for the Gunk Shot, it is a standard 1 damage. So pretty much at this point, I'm going to have to go for the Gunk Shot. Now, the only downside with Gunk Shot is that it does have the capability of missing. So here's hoping that that is not the case. Obviously, I don't remember exactly what the percentage is. However, anything under 75%, I usually don't add on to my party. So, here we go with the Gunk Shot. We actually managed to take the KO with the Revaroom and brought our opponent to 2 Pokemon remaining on the team. Now, luckily for us, we actually get the Moxie boost, so that means that we've actually boosted up our attack stat here for the next round. And with 2 HP remaining, I'm hoping that we'll be able to take out this Annihilape as long as it is not Choice Scarfed and Final Gambited. So, we'll see here what happens. We're going to go in for the knockoff. That actually does quite a bit of damage, and we actually taken away their Mirror Herb. Unfortunately for me, we actually get taken out by the Drain Punch, but it's also very fortunate too that it actually knocked us out by Drain Punch because they only ended up getting about maybe 1% damage, 1% HP back. So anyways, it seemed to work out for us. The next Pokemon coming in is going to be our own Revaroom. As you guys know, I am floating on an air balloon, and my terrestrial type is also flying. So I'm hoping that in this situation here, if I do go for the Tera Flying, and maybe perhaps going for like a high horsepower or even an Iron Head, I might be able to get some damage off onto this Annihilape. Now, if I did end up going for an Iron Head, there is a high possibility that we will be able to flinch the Annihilape. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do here. We're going to try to get a flinch, but we're also going to try to get some damage. But we're also going to go for the Tera Flying in hopes that if we don't flinch them, we'll be able to at least resist a Drain Punch. Because if we don't go for this terrestrialization, this Revaroom is just going to be taken out like a, you know, like a Caterpie. Yeah. A Caterpie and a flame. That's very dark. But anyways, we ended up getting some damage off onto the Annihilape. And they've also gotten some damage off onto us and also took our air balloon away. We're going to go in for another Iron Head here, and that is actually going to be able to pick up that KO off onto the Annihilape, which is pretty awesome. And that leaves them with 1 Pokemon remaining. Now, I'm really hoping that I don't see Arcanine here. Honestly, every time I've ever had Revaroom out, it always seems to be Arcanine's coming in or something funky is coming in to play ball. So let's hope it's not that. Alright, so it's actually going to be an Azumarill. Now, Azumarill, of course, is a fairy-based Pokemon, and it is also part water. As you guys know, it's the evolution of Marill. And it is going to be weak to a poison-based move. So luckily for us, I did bring a Gunk Shot. I feel like Gunk Shot's probably the best option here because we can also get a poison. However, we did not actually make contact this turn. The Azumarill, of course, is then going to trap us in a vortex of Whirlpool, which means that I am no longer capable of actually withdrawing our Revaroom. So, we are going to have to lock into a move here. We're going to try the Gunk Shot here once again. Unfortunately for us, it does end up missing. And they're going to go in for the Perish Song, which is kind of an unusual move to use at this point, considering I have one Pokemon still in reserve. Now, the Whirlpool, of course, is going to slowly take away our health. It's kind of like Poison or Burn or anything else that kind of slowly does a little bit of chip damage. But that's pretty much every turn until it has decided to break us away. I think it's a maximum of 3 to maybe 4 turns. It's been a long time since I've seen Whirlpool. So we're actually going to lock in for Gunk Shot here again. Unfortunately for us, it does end up missing. And they're going to try another Whirlpool. Now, I don't know if this is really the best use of Azumarill, but I mean, I think it's pretty cool that they ended up bringing in Whirlpool into an actual tournament. I would have never thought to bring Whirlpool, to be quite honest. So we're going to lock in for Gunk Shot here again, as that is their 4th turn missing Gunk Shot. Very unfortunate for us. And of course, there is the Charm from the Azumarill, lowering our attack stat. Now, obviously, in this situation here, they're kind of wasting some time, I think. But we'll see what happens here. And we're going to try it here for, I believe, the 5th time. They're going to go for Protect, and obviously we're going to end up missing that move. So, pretty much at this point, I think they were trying to count down the clock. Once the Perish Song actually hits 0, the Azumarill will go down, and so will the Revaroom. However, the Whirlpool is going to be the one that is going to take away the Revaroom. Meanwhile, the Perish Song will likely take away the Azumarill. So that is going to be game. If you guys enjoyed that battle there today, go ahead and give a big thumbs up. Post your comments in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next battle. Peace out.